Smash that button. Once again on the menu music. Always on the menu music. Oh, it was like I pushed the button and then immediately my entire body realized just how cramped it's been. Just very, very cramped. Very cramped. There's got to be another word that means the same thing. There's got to be a synonym, but I can't remember it right now because my whole body's cramped, including my brain. So today I've been editing 50 Shades. I've been editing 50 Shades all day. I started in the morning, and at about 10 to 8, I was like, okay, I need a break. So I stopped and took a break, and that's when I realized, after a little bit into my break, I realized it was like 8:15. I was like, oh, we got a thing. We got Amy. It's Amy time. Dan, are you on some strong cough medicine? It sounds like your head is bad. No, my head, yeah, well, I'm uncomparable to cough medicine. Not on literal cough medicine, but in the sense that 9 straight hours of editing is gonna have that kind of an effect on your brain. It's what it's gonna do. So that's how that's gonna end up playing out. Cause that's how things go. The progress on the video, I'm over halfway through. At least in terms of linear progress. I'm over halfway through the timeline. I'm past the midpoint, and so hopefully that means I'm over halfway through the actual editing process. I think I'm past the tough part, in that, like, so the front half was the part where I needed to like pull in lots of outside stuff, and the second half is very, very focused on the movie, and it uses movie clips, and I spent a lot of time isolating those and conforming everything, and so the second half should speed up. That's the hope. It'll go faster, and then I can focus on the sound and the coloring and get those done. And ideally, so I'm about a day behind where I wanted to be, but hopefully we are still on track for an ideal Friday release. So that's good. We're just a little behind on the ideal pace of that. I was hoping to have a friends and family feedback version out today so that I could spend a nice lazy day tomorrow doing, edits and exports and optimizations, and yeah, that didn't we're behind on that. So hopefully tomorrow morning I can have that out and just incorporate that feedback. So it might be out Friday night rather than Friday afternoon, but yeah. All right, you know what? Let's just we're only gonna do one. We're gonna do one run, and even if it goes poorly, we're not gonna stop. This is gonna be a roll with the punches. playthrough. Also, I want to get back to editing. See if I can get at least another hour or two done before I go to bed. So let's do this. All right. Pressing the button. 3, 2, 1, go. Hello, everyone, and welcome. This is Amy, released in 2012 by Lexus Numerique, developed by Vector Cell, with the head developer being the legendary game designer Paul Cassette, who you may know from such classics as that actual classic game he did, and then joke classic game Shaq Fu, Enforcer of Justice. So, to sum up the cutscene that we just skipped, Lana, our player protagonist, is kidnapping Amy from the nefarious center, the vaguely named and nefariously operating the center, and is taking her into the city to see Ellen, and then Amy draws a picture of the apocalypse, and then the apocalypse happens, and that's the story. That's what's going on. The apocalypse happens, and then the train crashes, and there's also a truly horrifying exchange of dialogue with the train conductor that I wish you could all see, but we can't because the cutscene is 7 minutes long, and so we don't watch it. All right. This is our basic enemy that we're going to be running into. These are Steves. I do not anymore remember why we decided to call them Steves. Just in the process of developing this run, we figured that they needed names, as was appropriate for a speedrun community. The enemies needed names, and thus they became Steve. So that was Denim Steve. A little bit of an introduction to the controls of Amy and why they are the true antagonist of the game. In order to jog with Lana, we need to be holding down the L1 button, and in order to run with Lana, in order to get her to sprint, we need to furiously tap the square button. So a lot of fingers are involved, and we're going to be adding another to that in a little bit here when we finally reach the titular Amy. Now we need to wait for Marcello to get here from over there. He's gonna take his sweet time, and I'm gonna take a sip of my soda. The true antagonist of my personal best is my drinks, also my cheese buns, also any other crunchy snacks I choose to eat during stream. There's a lot of downtime in the game. We spend a solid 5 minutes. Actually, no, more than that. We spend about 8 to 10 minutes of the game, of the run, is just loading screens. So it's easy to get lulled into a false sense of complacency, or into a sense of complacency. Get lulled. It's easy to get lulled. You can get lulled, and once you're lulled, it's really easy to take your hands off the controller, and it's like, oh, well, just take a sip, just take a drink, just take a nibble, just a bite, and then something will happen because you forgot about it because you're just in torpor from from waiting for the game to load. Alright.
Anyway, this thing, it can get you through all these fancy new DNA locks. Fantastic. The juice is down. Now we'll be able to get through the grill.
Alright. So those mastermind puzzles, we actually need to solve them every time. There's no combination that we can memorize, unfortunately. So luck may be in your favor, or it may not. Every now and then, it will actually just give you a single entry solution, and there we go. All right, so we have acquired the Amy upgrade. She is Amy. The titular character is essentially just a glorified class feature. She now, Metroidvania style, allows us to access buttons that are on the other side of locked doors, provided there is a vent for the Amy to crawl through.
We all need to get to the hospital.
You did it!
Why don't we
Bravo,
try finding
Amy.
a phone first? I know where
Also, you may have noticed that despite the fact that we stopped in front of the door, Lana just kept wandering forward through the cutscene. That is indeed how the game just kind of behaves. Also, I'm having a hard time grabbing Amy's hand and getting around Marcello. That's on me.
It's time to have some fun, Amy.
It is time to have some fun. So while Amy is solving the riddle, Marcello is going to tell us a story. Are you all ready for story time with Cello?
Don't let it scare you, Amy. I got it from my last client. Can you believe that? A regular. I asked Mrs. Jenkins for my fare, and she up and sinks her teeth into me. 20 years I've been driving, and nobody ever bit me.
Not even when I was driving the docks in Jersey.
No sooner do I get away from
Mrs. Jenkins, when your train comes crashing into the station and the door opens and oh god, we can get away from him. And we got a spooked by a skr. Oh, and then I missed the trigger. There's a very specific spot that you need to be standing on in order to get onto this ledge. Most of them, that spot is kind of right in the corner of where the ledge kind of begins. On this one, it's actually possible to overstep it by just a bit, and then you need to back up in order to actually get the prompt again. So not exactly a world record run, but we're having a lot of fun. So that's what's really important. One of the things for me personally, if you go to speedrun.com and you check the scores, you may notice that I am not the fastest runner, nor am I the second fastest. I'm actually the third fastest out of 3. I am not the most competitive person. Oh, and spooked again. The big thing that I enjoy about speedrunning, and what it kind of does for me, I enjoy the puzzle of it. I enjoy figuring things out. I enjoy doing the run, and the competition, the competitive factor is definitely secondary for me personally. So, all right, into the chain link maze. Marcello's going to tell us to run for it, but it kind of doesn't matter because we need to wait for him at the end of the hallway anyway. So this kind of, no matter how fast we do it, it's his speed that's ultimately important, and he's not the fastest. Fun fact, on hard difficulty, the zombies that are chasing us are faster than Marcello, and so they will get here before he does.
Here we are. No door is smart enough to beat Cello and his magic key. After you, ladies.
All right, get Lana positioned. There's actually there's a small trick with positioning at this moment because the camera is going to do some swinging around when Amy goes to hit the button. So you actually want Lana positioned facing the elevator so that you don't need to spend time swinging the camera all the way back around in order to give Amy her next command.
Soldiers in the air. Let's see if we can get some help. You two stand back. I'll take care of this. We're not sick. They're gonna see that.
Marcello, we don't know who they are yet.
Oh, come on. Come on.
Okay. You two hide just in case it goes
There we go. Having a little bit of trouble there finding the specific spot to in theory we're trapped in spot there, like we're trapped we can't move while we're doing that, but we can move by attacking and swinging our stick, that the attack animation overrides the Lana being stuck in place. And I hope you didn't get too attached to Marcello, because he just died. He just got shot. So J for Joyzy. You can call him Cello, because you's a friend. So coming up on Chapter 2. Chapter 2 is where we're going to see a lot more speed text. So the previous chapter was one that's largely just playing it as intended, kind of as fast as you can get through it. 2 is where we're actually going to start doing some funky stuff to get around things, and we're actually going to get some skips, and we're gonna get some other fun stuff. So first thing we need to do is we need to get Amy out of this locker and listen to the different, totally not the same voice actress read these lines.
Okay. I promise.
All right. So the main skip that we're going to be using in a bunch of places in the game is going to revolve around using checkpoints to sorry, camera just misbehaving there. I would say that's never happened before, but basically everything has happened before, whether or not it's happened in that specific spot. The joys of broken 7th generation games is that they tend to break in very inconsistent ways relative to older, 16-bit games, 8-bit games. It can make for Alright, so here's our second enemy type, or I guess third if we want to count the ogre that we just kind of dodged past. The second enemy type are Jareds. We call them Jareds. Jareds are the tier 2. The ogre is a one-off. We will never see it again. This hallway is the only place that it appears in the game.
That's a good girl. Bravo.
Oh, come on. Come on. Come on, grab my hand. Oh, and then, classic. Lost Amy's handhold due to frame drops. And there we go. Oh, and just really having a lot of trouble holding her hand today. The game doesn't want to agree with me. So this is going to be the first way that we're going to skip using checkpoints. What we had just stepped into was an airlock. So it's unloading half of the level and then loading the other half, and it is faster to just load at the checkpoint than to wait for it to load. As you can see, there's assets still popping in.
Look, security room is written.
And the second is this right here. We're going to reload at checkpoint. So that soldier is deadly, and so what we need to do is we need to lure him out of that room, or alternately we can just run in and hit the trigger for the checkpoint, and that will, there we go, hit the trigger for the checkpoint and then reload at the checkpoint, and he will go to his next position. No, come on, Amy. All right, so now we're into another airlock. This one we need to wait on. So we got a couple seconds here to watch the game just choke and die.
You're such a brave girl. We're getting out of here.
Oh, and we got a little bit unlucky. Okay, so this room, there are 2 Jareds that can spawn, and we got one of them. Now, it's not really a huge problem. We can usually just run past them without much trouble or effort. All right, Amy, grab my hand. But every now and then, they can cause a lot of problems. All right, and we're good this time. They stayed pretty much out of our way. And now, reload at checkpoint. This is just one where loading is faster than waiting. Oh, there we go. And getting shocked. Oh, a little unlucky with the shocks, getting a third. So there's a Jared coming around the corner. We need to crack his head in real quick, and if he'll stop dodging, that would be great, because it's costing me time.
DNA match. Access granted.
John, the scrambler in the server room is starting to show signs of wear and tear. Go take a look at it, will ya? Now we just need to find that server room, Amy.
Alright.
The scrambler, and then we can call out. A scrambler is a machine that jams signals.
And there we go.
I'll show you.
Flawless. Alright, so we have left Amy behind with those soldiers because we're gonna stab that into our neck. Ooh, lucky. Stab that into our neck and just run to the end of the level.
This is gonna work.
Oh,
Amy.
there we go. There's a classic Dan stop to take a sip, because it's like end of level for whatever reason. I've done this game like 100 times, and for whatever reason, I always forget that, like, chapter 2, end of level, short load, cutscene, long load. So it's a thing to keep in mind. And then there's another cutscene at the end of the load as we go into chapter 3. Chapter 3 being the true antagonist of Amy. The funny thing is that chapter 3 and chapter 1 are about the same length, but chapter 3 is just, it's a lot more frustrating. Whereas chapter 1 is very linear. You're going to see in chapter 3 the first the first big chunk of it is going to involve a lot of running back and forth across the same giant room, and it's the kind of space that, particularly in developing a speedrun, feels like you should be able to find some kind of meaningful shortcut. But unfortunately, we haven't been able to find more than just a couple, like, small optimizations for getting through it.
You can do it.
So Amy, oh, she's got magic powers now.
You did it.
By the way.
Bravo, Amy.
So we're gonna stick her on this elevator and just sort of leave her there because we're gonna need her to push a switch up at the top.
That's good. Now wait here. I won't be long.
All right, get Lana in position. Have Amy push the switch, which is going to lower the elevator on the other side of the room. Now we wait for this cutscene, and then wait for the cutscene, and now we cross the obstacle and just shuffle on. Just shuffle on by. All right. So our first trip across the room, we're gonna prep a couple things. For later. So like we're gonna pull this out of the way, just because this is kind of convenient time to pull it out of the way, and then we're gonna hope that we can sneak past that without getting shocked. The mines, unfortunately, these motion detector mines behave a little bit inconsistently, whereas on the previous chapter we were able to just blow right past them. They would only shock us once as we went through. These ones behave properly, and if you try to run through them, they'll shock Lana over and over and over again.
Be able to cut off the security system with this card.
All right. There's an audio thing that's supposed to be playing there, but we didn't step far enough forward to trigger it.
They were waiting.
So Ellen is supposed to be talking to us about the stims, about the meta stims, but that line only triggers if you actually step far enough forward to grab the next metastim. So the checkpoint there is actually grabbing the metastim on the other side of the key card, not grabbing the key card itself.
I'm so sorry I put you through all this, Amy. You're so brave. Thank you.
All right, now for the really frustrating, a nice, gloriously frustrating bit is up and down these. All right, everything's going fine so far. There's just a lot of small spots in here where, oh, and it sounds like zombies caught up to us. So there's a lot of small spots in here where Amy can get just stuck on things, and if for example Lana goes down off of the boxes but Amy doesn't, then Lana needs to go, you need to go all the way back up and come on, grab my hand. Also, the zombies, we ran past all of them. They might have caught up. We'll see. Hopefully, no. Or if they've caught up, hopefully they won't be waiting here on the stairs, or if they are, we can... Oh. Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, this, yeah. Alright, so 3 of them managed to get through to the stairs. Come on. If we can get Amy away... There we go. We can just ignore the last of them. Sometimes you'll get lucky and they'll still just be milling around over here, and sometimes they all just pile into the stairwell and you need to deal with them. What you're hoping is that they're... Oh, even better. And now Amy... Right. So this guy followed us far enough back that now Amy is stuck in her loop, and also he is stuck in a dodging loop. So there we go. So what'll happen there is we'll try to get Amy up onto this platform, and she will immediately turn around and walk off of it. So that right there, crossing back across that room, that is pretty close to a worst case scenario. The only other thing that could have gone wrong is Amy could have also lost her powers, forcing us to reload at the checkpoint through that door. Oh, come on. Cast Shockwave.
She's for me. I'm so proud of you, Amy. You did it.
That was weird. I must have hit something at a wrong moment and got Lana stuck in her combat stance.
Wait for me, Amy. I'm not going far.
That's an interesting glitch. I wonder if we can invent a use for that in the future. I don't think so, since I couldn't move. She just had her stick out. All right. Okay, good. Amy decided to go where she's supposed to be this time, waiting for us over by the door. Still doesn't want to grab my hand. Come on. We're gonna go close this gate just so that we have something to do with our hands while we wait for her. Alright, grab my hand. Okay. All right, so this is a bit of a precision maneuver here. It can be done faster. I'm gonna take the time to line it up just for safety, and screwed it up anyway. And no. It's still, you can screw this up a couple times and it's still faster than solving this puzzle the way that you're supposed to. So if you're, learning the run and getting your time down, that's it's still efficient. You can about three mistakes. You've got about 3 mistakes before you should have just done it. You should have just done it the real way. And all right, okay, and not sure what was going on there. Yeah, grab the left hand. That was clearly the more easily accessed of Lana's 2 hands.
I'm taking it.
All right, take a couple swings forward.
Sector clear. No sign of target.
And there's the end of that's chapter 3. So we're through the worst of it now. Chapter 4 I'm really excited about. Chapter 4 is a lot of fun. It has some of the coolest stuff. It is the level that has been cut down the most by far. An ideal chapter 4 is about 4 minutes long. So it goes a little fast. We're gonna blow through this chapter a little fast, unless it goes catastrophically wrong, in which case it's gonna just take forever and it will be hilarious. And you'll get a good sense of how fickle this can be. Also, one of the best parts about Chapter 4 is that we don't really need to do a whole lot of holding Amy's hand. No, come on, go push the button.
I don't think
Her
so.
just
Train is stopped.
she's behaving so weird today. All right. This first skip, we're going to damage boost onto a ledge, one of those narrow ledges we've been walking across, which will enable us to run, assuming there we go, made it. Didn't fall into the pit and die, so that's good. So rather than spending a solid 30 seconds side shuffling, we made it across in like 2. Skip that laser mine, push that Jared just to kind of delay him a second. Letterman Jared. Gonna get this stick. Be very careful not to hit that. Very careful not to hit that electricity. It can kill Lana in one shock. All right, those 2 Steves down. Oh, scared by an art. We were very close, very, very close to a flawless chapter 4, but then an art happened. All right, so we're just gonna run through the insta-kill zone to the checkpoint and reload. Oh, hey, Amy, where'd you come from? So this is one of my favorite parts about the run. When I originally played the game casually, this is actually where I kind of got stonewalled for quite a while, because you're led into this corner against the door, and the game implicitly tells you to defend that door while Amy tries to open it from the other side, and it's actually quite difficult. There's 2 different spaces that zombies will spawn from, but if you just ignore the implicit rules of engagement and run down to the far side of the level and stand in this room, you can watch the zombies spawn, and they become quite easy to pick off one by one. Oh, missed time in that swing, and that's chapter 4. accidentally double tapped that split there. But so yeah, so there's kind of a pretty close to ideal chapter 4. That was 4 minutes 7 seconds. All right. Chapter 5. Chapter 5 is a lot of fun. I enjoy a lot about Chapter 5. We're just going to wait for Letterman to turn around and not be looking at us. Then we're going to stand on top of this vent. 1, 2, 3, 4. And away we go. So this was a mechanic that we were supposed to learn in the previous chapter, that if Lana is at a certain level of infection and she crouches, she can blend in with the zombies. They won't attack her. This is how we were supposed to get past the first Letterman Steve. It's how we were supposed to lure the other 2 Steves away from the door. And we obviously clearly did none of that because the stick is mightier than the stealth. However, in this chapter, all of these Steves are insta-kill. If they see Lana, like if they spot her, then there is no attack. It's just an instant game over. So we're going to abuse the blend-in stealth mechanic to just shuffle on past everybody and get to here, and we can take off at a run.
I would love to just come up Ellen, but we can't get through to the front doors. Passage is blocked.
Pick up the yellow key card, trigger the checkpoint, and reload. Oh, hey, Amy, where did you come from? Oh, losing Amy on doorways. Alright, we got her. Alright, come on, shockwave. Alright, landed it. Oh. Alright, I've tried this a couple times, and I might be able to pull it off, and I did. Alright, we're good. Alright, come on, Amy. Alright, we'll just get out of view while we wait for Amy to catch up. Nope, and then we lose her on the next corner anyway. Alright. Bouncing along the rails, some nice Amy physics, and we'll get some more fun Amy physics as we bounce through this room and push her into this, you know, just yeah, we'll just send her through strange openings in, you know, bent rusty metal in a sewer. I mean, we totally knew that we would need her to open this door on the other side. Lana knew it. She could feel it. She could sense it. She was aware that that's what was going to be needed. So, all right, grab my hand. So I have a bit of a confession. We brought Amy with us, but we don't actually like need her for anything here. I didn't even need to bring her in the first place. I just really like to have her lantern so that I can find this bridge and cross it on my way back. It's really helpful to know where that bridge is, because the camera gets all kinds of turned around. So I'm just going to leave her back there in the sewer with those 3 Jareds that just spawned. And yeah, good luck, Amy. All right.
He's coming.
Chapter 6, Redemption. This chapter is actually the one moment where you really start to, where you can actually sort of see what they were going for in terms of the game. It's not actually that bad a designed puzzle for the boss fight here. The boss being that guy right there in the elevator. We're just waiting for him to come out. It's a good puzzle, but unfortunately for, I don't know, us, him, whoever, just people who care, the relevant people, it's faster if we just trap him in an elevator and beat him to death with a crowbar. Oh. Now we're gonna take... Oh, that's bad. That's bad. That can go... That... We were one hit off, too. We were one hit off. If he hadn't dodged there, it would have been amazing.
Hurry, Amy. He's coming.
All right. Nope. So in this attack pattern, it's actually the third hit that matters the most. So if you whiff the third, chances are good that he's going to get an attack in on you. And just not going. Oh man, stop. What the? So there's a luck factor to it that can just go.
Hurry, Amy. He's coming.
No, Vex, we need to sit and talk about this sometime, because I am going as fast as it will let me. If I dodge and attack any faster, it will cancel the third attack. So Ugh. 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 Oh, no. Oh, wait. No, I know what I hit space, but I had moved my focus over to Twitch chat, and so it had shut up about the timer. Shut up about the timer. I go back and look at it afterwards anyway. Shut up about the timer. I don't care about the timer. Shut up about the timer. Just shut up about the timer. All right. So there's another strategy on chapter 6 here that's more consistent, but consistently slower. So ideally, if you go kind of as fast as possible and you get kind of the minimum number of dodges on the boss that you can realistically expect, it can go as low as like 34 seconds. In theory, it could be as short as like 25, the fight itself. But realistically, you're expecting sort of 37, 35 to 40 seconds, 45 seconds, not even, kind of that uncommon, depending on how many dodges you get. So there's another way of doing it. Not just the push, but a different way of going about doing the push. So the big risk, and you saw it in actually the first one, what happened on the first time was sometimes when you're stuck in the elevator and the boss hits you, Lana will turn around 180 degrees and face the other direction. It actually, I guess, happened in 2 of the attempts. It's just one of them I recovered from it better. The first one I panicked and didn't manage to turn around and die. So kind of how you need to adapt to that is... come on. No, come on. So if you hold down, I guess I'm not really going for speed right now, so I'm just demonstrating. If you hold down L2 and L1, Lana will automatically shove when enemies get kind of when she collides with them. Come on. So another pattern you can use if, unfortunately, there's hidden stamina and stagger values. There's hidden stamina and stagger values that limit this. So I was testing it on hard. I was trying to do an elevator beatdown on hard, and I managed to get up to 78 hits, which was 110 swings in a row ish. He still didn't die, because it turns out that on hard he actually only takes damage from like half the times you hit him. The other half, I don't know, he has like an armor value or something. But eventually what would happen is just eventually these hidden stamina values would cap out, and he wouldn't get shoved anymore. Also, Lana's energy is itself an issue. But so the pattern with this is just 2 swings and then an auto shove. And for normal, it's slow but really consistent. For hard, it's pretty consistent, but you can only do it so long, and it just takes so long to kill him that and I'm actually doing really poorly with it because he should be dead by now, but he's not, so we're just gonna... There we go. Oh wait, let's go. We can actually cancel back to... Oh wait, no, I should have... Wait, what did I want to do? What did I want to do? Oh right, I wanted to exit, actually. I wanted to exit. And back, and so that's just a lot safer. I mean, that time it was actually going really slowly because Lana's infection was getting super high. But so I'm gonna show it to you on hard, and this will probably be a complete fiasco. There is a very good chance that this will be a complete fiasco, but we will try it. We will try it either way. So the new Starwin, hey Starwin, hey Starwin, hey, welcome to chat. So the new strat with this guy is to constantly cancel your first hit with backdash. So if you press dash and attack a few frames apart, you can keep getting the first hit to come out really quick. I'm definitely gonna. All right, I think I see what you're talking about. I think I know what I'm looking for there. All right, let's just. The reason the lighting is having fits is because the lighting source is right over the elevator, and the like spikes on Willem's shoulder are also clipping through. All right, let's get into. Come on, got to get into rhythm. No, too many swings and dead. I don't know if I could. I don't know. I think I'm too scrambled. To even to do this. I'll give it one more try. It's on hard, because you have like no leeway, it's actually difficult to get it like going in the first place. And I just lost Amy on a wall. But yeah, so I could show you. So, come on, poke your head through. There we go. So you can see it's his shoulder spikes. It's his shoulder spikes coming through the wall that then cast shadows. And because the light source is actually like right there, it's actually the sign above the door, or I'm not sure like where. Yeah, it's got to be like right like I can't actually look up at it. Yeah. Anyway. Oh, come on. Oh. Yeah, I think I'm too out of it to even try this hard thing. Hard thing. I'm gonna give I'm gonna give that new attack pattern that Starwin's talking about. I'm gonna give that one try, and if this goes poorly, then it's really just that I'm too out of it, and also like I'm sitting there on the loading screen. All right, chapter 6. Part of the reason I have been spending a lot of time focusing on chapter 6, particularly because it's like I want, you want to end strong. I could show off. I could show. You know what, I'm gonna show it. That'll. Yeah, I'll show it off. Let me just go. Let me make sure that I've got it queued, that I know which one it is. Yeah, okay. I think I know what it is. I gotta wait for the attack to actually go. All right, let's get an attack in. Let's give him a shove so that we can actually. No, turn around, come on. Oh, come on. Ah, come on. Alright, yeah, okay. I need to practice that. But yeah, I can do that. I just need to practice that. I just need to practice. But that is really cool. And alright, cool. Thanks for that, man. Thanks. I'm not very good at it. But yeah, so yeah, and it took me a couple to sort of figure out that it's like, all right, that the rhythm is dodge swing, 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 dodge swing. And yeah, no, that's pretty cool. Okay, so the thing that I want to pull up, let's go media source, and let's pull up I believe this is the one. This should be this should be the one. Forgive me if it starts super loud.
Hurry, Amy. He's coming.
Okay, it doesn't look like it's gonna be. It doesn't look like it's gonna be too loud. So this is. This is hard. This was I'm pretty sure this was my best attempt. I scanned through it and it seems to be a. It is definitely one of the better ones. It's definitely one of the better attempts at that. Unfortunately, I started. We need to sit through the entire waiting for the door, that word, waiting for the word to open. All right, so get them going. Push, push, shove, swing, swing, shove, swing, swing. I screw it up a little bit, but so yeah. So I tried this probably, oh man, 20 times-ish, and a bunch of them, like a handful of them went kind of this well, and then they all sort of kind of went the same. Either my hand would cramp up because this is like 2 straight minutes of maintaining this this pattern. So either 2-3 minutes of maintaining this pattern. So either my hand would cramp up and we would, you know, fail, or like just the as I was saying earlier, like the stamina meters and Willem's stagger meter would eventually just do things, and yeah. Because what starts to happen, and you can kind of see it starting to happen now, is her swings just start to take longer, no matter kind of what you do. Which, I mean, makes sense. Like this is actually something that you can occasionally run into in roleplay if you end up fighting like the Chapter 3 zombies a whole bunch. And then yeah, so. That's just kind of... So I didn't count. I don't know if that was the one where I got up to like 70 some odd hits. I don't think that was the best one. Where I got up to... Yeah, there's another one where I got the thing is that whether that was actually the longest one or not, they look fundamentally the same either way. So yeah. A lot of people are asking about Detroit Become Human. Yeah, I am gonna play it when I've lost so much track. When May 25th? Okay, so it comes out on Friday. Oh boy, it comes out on Friday. Oh boy, it comes out on Friday. All right. Oh, oh, oh. All right. Um. hmm. so So it's been a while. It's been a while since we talked about David Cage and I. Um, David Cage is awful. Uh, he is not good at what he does, but he tries very very hard in just the worst way possible. He is one of those dudes who has absorbed the idea that if you behave like Stanley Kubrick and Alfred Hitchcock, it makes you as good as Stanley Kubrick and Alfred Hitchcock. And so he believes that he is the game's equivalent of Stanley Kubrick because he behaves like Stanley Kubrick and he throws his weight around and he's an asshole to the people who work with him and he's an asshole to his actors and he is pretentious and perfectionist in pointless inefficient ways that just cause a lot of production waste and a lot of production just conflict and friction and oh so um if I could get a review copy I would be so I would be all over a review copy but oh oh boy. So the sort of beauty of it is kind of the counter to God of War, um, which is that if you stream Detroit 2 Human in its entirety, you have basically obviated the need for literally anyone else to ever go to ever go play it. So um so I'm debating my personal sort of stance between uh exploiting slash undermining slash just the like actual complete destruction of their business model by showing it in its entirety in a way that we have decided is at least permissible if not entirely legal. God bless the internet and video game streaming. um and you know whatever. So um I actually have an entire video. I have a or not like it's not done. I started writing it back in the winter on video game writing, and I spend a lot of time talking about Heavy Rain and how video games became art. With I have this skit using one of the puppets, using the Yeti puppet that where the Yeti says that it's like that video games became art when Heavy Rain came out because the surest sign that a medium is in fact art is when it has bad pretentious art, and there is no art worse or more pretentious than uh something made by a sad French man where a sad white dude shoots himself in the rain, standing over the grave of his dead wife and son while his mistress looks on in his mistress looks on in horror. And because that is one of the endings in Heavy Rain. One of the endings in Heavy Rain is that Joel and the reporter and Madison, get together, and Ethan and Madison get together, and Ethan and Madison get together, and they go to or no, it's not his ex-wife. It's his two sons. It's the graves of his two sons. Both. So Ethan needs to survive. Madison needs to survive, but both kids need to die. So Sean and Jason are both dead, and he's standing over their graves. And Madison has this whole like discussion. It's like, come on, we can move to the other side of the country. We can start our own life together. We can be new people. And Ethan is like, yeah, let's do it. And she's like, okay, let's go. And he says, like, give me a minute. And so she walks away, and then he pulls out a gun and like shoots himself while she looks on. And it's just like, oh my God. It's art. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. No, that's the thing. Right. There's a detail in there that I'm missing, which is when Madison's like, let's go start a new life. She tells him, you can she basically says, put a baby in me. She tells Ethan to put a baby in me. That's not the exact words that she uses, but she tells him to put a baby in me, Ethan. And he's like, yeah, let's do it. Just give me a second with my two dead kids. Okay. It's just, oh my God. It's amazing in just like it. Video games are art purely because like nothing proves video games are art more than art that terrible. So yeah, so I'm not sure I can resist Detroit Become Human. So yeah. Okay. I'm totally brain scrambled and rambling and everything. So I should probably not be in public anymore. And so I'm going to sign off now. Thanks for coming out. Thanks just hey, shout out to Starwin for dropping in. Thanks for coming by and passing on that chapter 6 thing. This was I'm having trouble with words. I'm really brain dead from it has been a long day, but the 50 Shades video, which is currently at 65 minutes. It is currently at 65 minutes. The 50 Shades video will be out sometime on Friday. It will be done and out for your eyeballs sometime on Friday. So look forward to it. Mark it in your calendars. Just it will be done. And then Detroit. Yeah. So take care, everyone. We will catch you later, and I will be a lot more rested and together next week. where we will be debuting the first draft of the written script for Speedrun GDQ, and we're ramping that up because that's the next big project. So yes, thanks everyone. Take care. We will catch you later. Good night.